Hey, welcome back to LeijaLift. This is Juan.
This is Victor.
And this is LeijaLift. We're a podcast before we lift. You can find us on Juan LeijaLift _.
Who was that? You doing Instagram? Yeah, Victor Leija _.
Yeah, I almost messed that one up.
Yeah.
YouTube's and Facebook, LeijaLift, all one word. I don't think you'll find anything new on those right now.
Not yet.
And then Juanito.LeijaLift1 at Gmail.
And Victor.LeijaLift at Gmail.
Yeah, and then the Twitter, I think, is the same as my Instagram.
Yeah,
Juan LeijaLift _.
Mine should be, I think it's just Leija_14.
Leija_14?
I think so.
Vergas el vato. All he needs is a last name and a number.
It's all I need.
¿Quién te crees, pinche Green? Okay.
I told you, I already had a number way before him.
Este vato. Y puro pinche Spurs, go Spurs. Oh, okay, that's go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go. You're not a real fan. You don't know that one.
Hey, déjame. Did you buy a shirt or no?
What do you mean buy
playoff
a
shirt?
No.
Oh, you don't even know they have playoff shirts. Are you a real fan?
Well, you said buy a shirt. There's a lot of types of shirts I can buy. No, I don't have a shirt
when
yet.
you say Spurs and shirts, come on, yo. I'm not think playoff shirts.
I mean,
2 and 1.
I don't have one right now, but yeah.
Chinga, este vato.
I need to get one, but I just,
Well, actually, I don't even have. The only shirt I have for the Spurs right now is a Kawhi shirt.
You mean
and
the
it was a
one
gift,
you need to get rid of?
And it said Kawhi not. And then I have a sweater with Kawhi's number on it. We got
those Spurs sweaters.
Yeah, those, but I have more Kawhi stuff than anything.
I had I think a Dan Green one.
You think? I had a Ginobili shirt, but then it started itching when I worked out in it, so I removed it from my
I also
workout.
I had a Kawhi shirt. I don't think I have that anymore, because why would we?
Why still have mine?
Because Kawhi, would you have that shirt,
Kawhi, because I quav it. That's why.
You quav it?
That's why. I'm not going to throw it away.
No.
I'll at least donate it to, like, some, like, third world country where they can get free shirts over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Put to good use.
A Kawhi fan somewhere else.
Where all the Super Bowl shirts go for the teams that didn't win.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, the Cowboys have won a Super Bowl in, like, 20 years in a row.
They never make Cowboy shirts at Super Bowls. They've never made them.
There's a bunch of Cowboys.
I think you have to make the playoffs before they make those shirts.
They did make the playoffs.
Did they?
Yeah. Speaking of playoffs, the playoff picture right now.
Playoffs.
The brackets that we chose were for the teams to win the overall, not just for the game.
Yeah. No, overall.
The overall. So the Spurs are still up 2-1, baby.
2-1.
And
Derek White came in.
Red hot.
It is not a white lie.
He's a white flame right now.
Yeah, he's white hot. Yeah, he came in. He has been balling,
doing work. I was what's it called? I was bigger on Forbes, but he's more like a true point guard. I think Forbes.
Yeah, I mean he's been a scoring point guard for a while, but I don't know where Derek. I mean, we knew Derek White could play, but Derek White just came out of nowhere and just I don't know what he's doing.
If the Spurs win the NBA championship, and he's gonna get the MVP second year in the league.
Yeah, he just basically Kawhi did too with us.
Well, not his second year.
No, but I mean, like, basically he was
like
nothing until I think so. But I mean, basically when he was nothing and nobody.
So you're saying he's gonna leave in 2 years to Toronto?
Oh, no, I'm saying Kawhi did that with us, so it'd be like the same thing. We just developed a player well enough for him to be that caliber, because Kawhi was only a defender. He was never a scorer.
Yeah,
we made him a scorer. If it wasn't for
better defender too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was only a defender.
Yeah, his free throws were poor.
Yeah, Andre Drummond at 30% was shooting better than Kawhi probably. Yeah. He was just terrible offensively, but his defense was phenomenal. And so it just made him an offensive player, and I think maybe Derek White can be the same way. I mean, he is very young, I think.
Oh yeah, this is his second year.
Yeah,
I think he's not younger than Lonnie Walker, which.
Well, Lonnie Walker's like 19, 20?
Yeah, he's 19. Yeah, I think, or 20. No, I don't think Derek White is that young though.
No, not that young, but I think he's.
But he's still fairly young.
Did we
go over this last time?
Or not over. Not over White, I don't think so.
He's 24.
Yeah, well, he's still very young.
He's not like 20, but he's still young. But yeah, I mean, he played in the in the G League, in the Summer League, and then he just went from being like third string to starter.
Basically.
And now he's like balling out in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to look. I think he has pretty good size frame too.
Oh yeah, he's
Like
he's a decent
6'7"
size.
or
He's
something like
6'4".
that.
No, he's
Oh,
6'4".
yeah. See, I'm
I mean,
off,
still,
but
I think Forbes is 6'5". If I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I think so. 6'3" actually. I just looked it up.
Forbes.
Yeah. I mean, we still got a lot of like mid-20s talent that's actually doing pretty well. So I think that we're pretty set for a little bit at least.
Well, I mean, yeah. If you think about it, I mean, once you get
DeJounte comes back,
yeah,
once Walker
which he's a
produces,
defensive force, and
yeah.
then
Which is a good thing. He's also a big defensive point guard because if we need him to, we can probably guard the two spot as well.
And as long as what is it, Lonnie develops.
Yeah, if Lonnie develops, we'll be pretty set. He's 19. He's got a long way to go.
Because Derek White, I mean, he, like I said, he did G League. He went summer league and then went to starting. So I think Lonnie Walker can do the same. Go summer league this year.
It'll just depend on how he comes back from his injury.
Well, I think he's on the Spurs team, so he should be pretty solid right now. Oh, I'm talking about Lonnie. Not DeJounte.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, DeJounte, yeah.
I mean, he's obviously a good defender. He was already, the second team all defense.
But even if it takes him some time to come back, I mean, you still got these guys that are balling out right now, so it's all good.
I mean, hopefully we can keep them all because other teams love to shoot big contracts at our guys.
Well, yeah, but they still have a couple years, don't they? I mean, at least 2 years together. I know DeJounte Murray is next year's his contract year.
I think so.
And I think Rudy Gay this year.
I mean, Rudy Gay, I'm content if we keep giving him like 1 or 2 year contracts because you never know. He'd be out for an entire season after like 2 games. Rudy Gay, his entire career was really injury prone.
Is this as long as he's gone without an injury?
I think so. And I hope that, we didn't just jinx that, but.
Nah, what the fuck, me jinx it? That
I mean,
caliber?
I hope not. Yeah, I think this is the longest because every single year he missed like half the season or more, like with injuries. The Grizzlies, the Kings, like he just.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, if he would have stayed healthy, he was like Brandon. Like I don't know if he was on the Brandon Roy level, but like Brandon Roy, Gilbert Arenas, all these players that their entire career was just ruined off injuries.
Yeah, I mean, Derrick Rose still does work.
Yeah, but he's not MVP Rose, obviously.
But getting hurt a little bit too much.
Yeah. Greg Oden, who played less than one full season in I don't even know how many years.
Yeah.
First overall pick before Kevin Durant hadn't even played a full season.
Yeah, that sucks. And he went to the Miami Heat when they were like in that playoff run.
Yeah, he played like I think 1 or 2 games with them, and like actually played 1 or 2 games.
Is that when they won the year? They didn't.
I don't remember. I think it was
actually.
The
year after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
And he looked good though. He looked really good when he was on the floor, but of course he was very, very limited and was not doing much.
Yeah. Well, the playoffs are like super crazy too. Like all these matchups, like Magic beating the Raptors in the first game.
And Nets beating.
It's still a lot. And then the Nets doing work on the Sixers.
On Philly, but then they came back. Philly put a whooping on them.
Yeah, and then the Thunder right now are like down 2 games, and right now they're.
Yeah, but they're in OKC now. But I don't know if I see them getting out of the first round at this point.
I think both of them are still a good matchup for the Spurs though.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, I think that the Blazers are coming in hot right now with some momentum.
Yeah.
And I think that right now, based on the whooping that they put on them in the previous 2 games, I think that it's pretty secure, or at least the confidence is secure on the Blazers side. And then I think I read that Paul George has some sort of a labrum issue. I don't know if it's a torn labrum or something, but obviously that's not going to be in their help.
I don't know that
if their best player, in my opinion, Paul George is their best player.
Yeah, I haven't heard all that or.
I don't know if they have a definitive statement, but I think I saw it. That's like their guess.
It just says shoulder. It doesn't really say anything else.
Yeah, I think that the labrum was just like their guess, but I mean, obviously they haven't actually given a statement on what it is or what's bothering him. But he has that tape on it and everything, so it's obviously something.
Yeah. Well, it's something to be concerned about. I'll say that.
That's for sure, especially in the first round of the playoffs. Is it really worth like going through with it and fighting through everything?
Maybe if you win the ship.
I mean, if you win the ship, but I mean, it doesn't look like they're even gonna get to that point right now. So if you go down 3-0, I think you just rest George, let him take
at the moment that we're talking, they're tied up in the second. So, but But I'm impressed more with the Spurs. I think are they the only bottom seed to be up on a
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
yeah. And then the the Clippers doing work from a 31 point
Bro,
comeback.
I don't know what happened there, but
Damn.
I mean they did lose to Marcus Cousins, but
Yeah.
but
He
still
just
like
went down
a 31-point lead from the largest comeback in history, actually in
for the playoff.
playoffs,
Yeah.
which was
That's
crazy. But
solid.
Sweet Luke came in and he came in hot.
Yeah, they weren't that high yesterday though.
No, they got blown out, but like 34 or something like that.
I
It was like
didn't.
135 to 101 or something crazy like
Yeah,
that. I don't know.
132 to 105,
There you go.
and then the Sixers 131 to 115. Yeah, it looks like all these other games like they're starting to be taken back. But I mean, if the Clippers and the Nets can get one at home, that still makes it a lot more interesting than what it could have been, what it was expected.
Yeah, I guess so, but
Imagine the
mean,
Spurs are the only team to get it like within 5 games,
I mean,
and then they
I
rest
think
it
that would
out.
be great. I think we could take them. I could even take Denver. Like I said, their youth and inexperience in that level is what's going to work against them because I don't think that they're really prepared mentally or
Well,
physically.
do they have any Millsap? I guess is a veteran, right?
Yeah, but Derek White put him in his grave already.
I was like the Undertaker over
Yeah,
there.
he put him in his grave. You
Or
see that dunk he had on
the
him?
tombstone.
He ended his career. I think Millsap he issued a statement that he's retiring after that.
It looks like he did after all that. I think yesterday he was close to fouling out, so that's when the Spurs took over.
Wow, yeah.
When they put him into foul trouble in the
Yeah.
fourth, the Spurs just started taking it to him.
That other game that they won, though, game 2, was Jamal Murray came in now in the fourth quarter, and
yeah.
he just, I don't know what was
They
going on.
could have been up 3-0 right now.
They could have been up 3-0, but
Shit.
Jamal Murray's, but I mean, people will like praise him, and he did amazing, but he's terrible defensively. So I think that we can take advantage of that as long as we can hit our shots.
Well,
Jamal Murray is piss poor on defense.
Even yesterday the game was going back and forth. So
yeah, I was keeping up with it. I was at work, but
it
I
was
was
like
keeping up with it a little bit.
It was like close to 10-point swings one way and then the other, then back the other way. So it was still like a back and forth game.
We definitely have a little bit of advantage. Well, I mean, a major advantage with Coach Pop on our side, but
well, yeah,
with playoff experience with veterans, we definitely have a pretty good advantage there. So hopefully that plays just enough for us to get out of the first round. After that, I mean, it's up to who we face really. But as long as we can get out of the first round, I'll be happy.
I mean, they beat the Warriors in the regular season already, fairly recently too.
And now they lost DeMarcus, so
yeah.
To a torn quad. Did you see when the way it looked when he was walking back to the locker room?
No.
Oh my God! It looked like somebody took a bite out of his leg.
Yeah, because if it's like that, that means the muscles just curled up in there.
Exactly what it was. It just looked like when you when you
not,
flex and you had a little like cut with the lateralis.
No, I didn't see that.
It looked like somebody just took a bite out of his leg, like a bitten apple, and it's just missing that chunk in the corner. That's what it looked like. He was just walking back.
Is it the same leg that he tore his
Achilles? I don't know if it's the same leg, but it looked. You could tell like it did not look pretty walking back. Here, I'll try to find a picture.
It didn't even look that intense when he hurt himself, but damn, that really does suck for him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find the picture when he was walking back to the locker room. But yeah, it looked like somebody just took a chunk out of his leg, like a bitten an apple, and it just.
Damn, that sucks. And then what else do we got right now? There's a bunch of them. The Spurs play I think at 4:30, so they play the second game tomorrow. That's still fairly early for my liking. I like watching the Spurs a little later.
What time did you say it was at?
4:30.
4:30. Huh. It's pretty early.
Well, then they also got the Rockets playing at night though, so I think they're playing a little bit of favoritism there.
Yeah, well, I guess it was supposed to be a better series, but the Rockets are just gonna bulldoze through them.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, that sucks for. I mean, I still think that makes Golden State vulnerable, even though they've won without Cousins and they played most of the first half. Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Damn.
It just looks like somebody just chunked out of his leg.
Even though they played the first half without him, I still think they're gonna be hurting without him.
Yeah,
because now they got Bogut in there,
who's also super injury prone.
Who came off his couch, not even off the bench.
Yeah, he came off.
Came off his couch like a month ago.
He's like, "Hey man, do you want to play?" Yeah, sure.
He's like eating pizza and Cheetos in a dark room.
Yeah,
watching TV and playing Halo.
and he was also very, very injury prone, so
And
that
then
doesn't put him in a good position.
Yeah.
If he goes down, then they're really in trouble.
And you can see whenever, when the small bits that I've seen him play with them right now, he doesn't look solid.
He's just there to take up space and try to keep people. I mean, he is a big dude, 7'1", so
Well, yeah, but
he's there to take up space, and that's
he's literally just taking. But it's almost like a waste still.
Just a waste.
It's just.
He's not really guarding anybody or producing.
He's not doing. Yeah.
I did see it with DeMarcus Cousins on the floor. The Warriors' numbers were significantly higher, which, I mean, you'd obviously expect, but with so many stars, you don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
But I think their points per game were up like a little over a dozen a game. And
because they actually have a presence down there.
Well, their scoring was up a dozen a game. And then not only that, but on the flip side, the opponent's scoring was also like 10 points lower. So there's a huge spread with him on the floor.
Not anymore, I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, they made it look easy against the Clippers last time, but still, I mean, it'd be.
And but Kevin Durant dropped 38.
Yeah.
As to where he was kind of struggling before.
Well, let's hope. Well, I guess I don't really care, but hopefully no one else on the team gets hurt.
No.
For their sake.
I'm kind of hoping the Clippers do pull a miracle off and destroy the Warriors, though.
I mean,
it would be a beautiful sight to see them go down to an 8th seed. To just not be in the championship picture.
That's a little bit too hopeful, but
I mean it is, but it's something that would be extremely nice. Now we would know that neither LeBron or Curry would win a ring this year. That would be ridiculous because that's unheard of.
What it's been them two for like the past 4 years?
Yeah, but then LeBron in the finals for the last
9
8
years
or something, 8 or 9, and. Yeah. In the playoffs since like his second or third season or something like that, and I think they were showing the last time.
They were in it in his first, weren't they?
I think so.
As a rookie, is that when they played the Spurs?
I believe so, but then I think it was like year 2 or year 3 they didn't make it.
Oh.
Or something like that, and then after that it was just like straight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, both of the games are now pretty close. The Blazers and the Thunder in the second, and then by like 1 point.
I think we both chose the Blazers, didn't we? Or no, we chose OKC, I think.
Yeah, I chose OKC.
Yeah, I think we chose OKC on that one.
I thought Westbrook was going to do a little bit more, but guess not.
I mean, he got triple-doubles. You can't really ask much more of the man.
Well, yeah, you get triple-doubles doesn't mean you can win that game.
No, it doesn't, but I'm saying he did his part. However, that was an interesting conversation that I saw, like the analytics guys and just the talk show guys talking about. Is he just playing to stuff to stat sheet? Is he just a stat sheet stuffer, or is he trying to win? Because it looks like every game he's focused on getting a triple-double as opposed to allowing the team to win. I don't know if I would necessarily take that route, but it's an interesting topic.
I don't know. Speaking of stats guys, Rolly calls himself my stat guy, so shout out to Rolly over there.
Rolly's a stat guy?
Yeah, he calls himself, he supposedly tells me everything that I throw on here on the podcast the week before when I see him like once a month.
Oh.
Apparently he thinks he gives me all the intel.
Well, thank you, Rolly, for keeping my brother updated on this.
He gives me the intel. I was like, brah, I see you like once a month. This fool thinks he's like the inside guy for the rest of the month.
Rolly for ESPN.
I know, pinche vato. Who does he think he is? Who's a basketball analyst?
There's a lot of them. Who are you going for? Is Charles Barkley in here?
Charles Barkley.
He's NBA on TNT or NBA on ABC playoffs or whatever it is, whichever one he wants to do.
Yeah. No, he's a what is it? The NBA draft guy.
Oh man.
And the NFL one's Mel Kiper, so it's not him. I don't know the NBA. I don't know the NBA ones.
We'll just call him, Commissioner Adam Silver.
Yeah.
He knows everything.
So, you're lifting heavier weight now after your back is better than you hurt yourself again?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would, might just been a tweak. I don't know if it really...
A tweak.
Yeah, because I can still move and it's nowhere. Like, the significance is from, like, if you're going from a scale from 1 through 10 at this current state, when I first heard it, like, 2 months ago or whatever it was, or 3 months ago, it was probably, like, at a 10, like, at its worst. Right now, the tweak, as I call it, it's really, like, in worst case scenario, it's like a 2.
Okay.
So it's really, really, really like significantly lower than whatever it was.
More like a soreness.
Yeah, it's just like a lingering effect. But when I first heard it, I wasn't even able to tie my shoe or even like really. I couldn't even like duck my head without having that pain. And right now I'm doing cartwheels. It's not bad.
What the fuck are you doing cartwheels?
I mean, it's just I'm not actually doing cartwheels. I don't even know if I could properly do a cartwheel.
What are you
it's just
cartwheels?
I'm practicing gymnastics. Let me be.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
that's how Chris Hurt is growing over there.
Yeah, there he goes. Gymnastics. We go to the same class, so it makes sense.
Yeah, obviously.
But I did switch my lifting to a little bit more of a, which I think I was doing previously, but I think now I'm actually just acknowledging the fact that this is the way I'm doing things, more as to it's more of a pull push, because people say push pull because they do push on Mondays. I do pull on Mondays because
I love it.
Because everybody does chest.
New hashtag aquí, hashtag pull push.
It's the same. It's just because everybody does chest on Mondays. It's International Chest Day, so
you're gonna throw it on the Instagram now. Hashtag pull push.
Yeah, there you go.
As the new hashtag.
It's just it's trying to have my workouts around what other people wouldn't do that day, so I can have more freedom to do my workout.
You know what you should do? Just wake up at 4:30 to go to the gym at 5 like I do, and still make it to International Chest Day.
I mean, I would, but
damn, son,
I kind of don't really get sleep until like 1 or 2, so I kind of prefer to get 4 hours of sleep and not 2.
That's true.
And so that's where I'm at. I don't really get a lot of sleep until like 1 or 2.
Well, I get like 4. You know what I started doing? I started on my phone. I started using the app, like the fitness app.
Which one?
Well, the one that comes with
MyFitnessPal.
The one that comes for with Samsung. It's called Samsung Health.
I've seen it.
So now I'm actually once I go back home, I'm gonna make it a goal to try to run not run a 5K, but at least be able to run a 5K with like sub 8 minute mile. Sub 8 minute miles? Yeah. And I also track my sleep. Like, see that? Tell me my sleep.
I always saw it. I just never used it.
Here, this is my heart rate. So I check my heart rate every time before I go to sleep, and then every time I wake up.
See, but how do you know?
What do you mean? How do I know?
How does it check your heart rate?
Right here. I just threw my finger on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I don't see iPhone having that. Watch this.
Oh, that's awesome. See, that's really neat.
That is
really neat.
What am I at right now? Well, you Samsung boy now?
No.
You going Samsung? I'm at 72. A little bit higher than I wanted to be, but I also worked out. So you notice, like, when you work out, especially if you work out at night before you go to sleep, your heart rate's even a little bit higher than what it would be if you hadn't worked out. Or like when I worked out twice in one day, it was a lot higher than what it was.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, though, right? I
mean, I would say if you're planning on training the next morning, it is a bad thing, just because you don't want your heart to wake up with your heart rate at an elevated compared to what your normal is.
But if you get sufficient sleep, then you should be okay with sufficient sleep, which is rare these days. But if you're getting a good 7 to 9 hours, then you might be okay.
You saw right here, my sleep last night was that. So I went from that to that. That was my sleep.
That's really cool. I wonder if we have one of those on Team iPhone.
I don't know.
I do have a health app.
A health app? Oh, have you tried it?
No, I just clicked it.
Well, there you go. So yeah, if you have a Samsung, I'm just using the Samsung Health, and this week I started tracking my sleep, seeing how much I sleep, and I'll rate my sleep, like, was it a good night, a bad night, regardless of how long it was. And it seems for me, I'm able to do pretty good on 5.5 hours of sleep.
5.5.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of where I was peaking at, but I would think mine was more like 6 to 6.5 is where I was peaking at. And I think that it's just due to the REM cycle being obviously an hour and a half intervals. So I think that was mine. Like
here, it'll show you, what is it? You can rate your sleep as well. So this week, if you look at my sleep, on Sunday I slept a fuckload, but that was my worst sleep.
See, I do have something like that.
Yeah, we'll use it. Sunday was my worst sleep with 8 hours. That was probably a better
worst sleep as in...
when I woke up, I felt more like shit.
Well, you're at 8 hours. You're in a deep sleep phase.
I felt more
At
like
eight
shit.
8.5 hours.
I
Yes.
felt my best probably at my shortest time at 4 hours and 40 minutes of
See,
sleep.
that's a little bit surprising, but
That was probably my
you
best.
know,
Like when I wake up, I felt better.
that's a little more surprising. But at the 8 one, you're definitely.
I felt more like shit on
Yeah,
that
well,
day.
I know I'm sure you're familiar with the REM cycle, but it runs an
Yeah,
hour and a half intervals. So
yeah.
if you're, at 5 or 8 something, then you're right in like the middle, dead smack of middle of deep sleep phase, which is essentially you're producing the most melatonin and you're gonna be in the deepest sleep. So
I don't
you're
know.
probably
Well,
gonna be groggy for a good 3 hours
well, on
after
Sunday
that.
I also took melatonin too. So
So you probably just
yeah,
really,
because
really hit
I
it.
also realized like maybe a year ago that every Sunday is the hardest day for me to go to sleep. So I bought some melatonin. So I'll usually just take it on Sundays. Like that's the only day I'll take it to help me go to sleep. So I took it this Sunday, and so that's why I slept for so long.
It's usually like if
But
I ever
then
use
it was
that, I wake
probably
up feeling amazing
it was
though.
probably the worst sleep. Well, usually I do, but usually I also don't sleep 8 hours when I use it,
Oh, okay.
anyways. So I don't know. For some reason, I just felt more like shit. But and then I have my heart rates that I'll measure like every time I wake up. See how it varies from like that to that.
Mm.
See, like this is when I woke up on Monday, which was the lowest at 50 beats per minute, but I also had 8 hours of sleep. And then the highest was when I had my lowest, hours of sleep at 63 when I woke up, which was a little bit higher than the other one, but that was probably the best that I felt waking up though.
See, I have mine here, and I think that
I'm just keeping, so I just have like a few goals that I'm gonna have by like September or so, like being able to run like a 5K with sub 8 minute miles, and then I'm gonna do my best to get down to like 175 from like 200.
but see,
I already
that's
have my macro set up, and as you saw, this thing also tracks how many calories you burn. So that, I mean, it's not the most accurate way to do it, but it gives you a fair assessment because this
that's
doesn't.
how many calories you burnt.
Yeah, but it also doesn't show you what I did in my workout. So it'll show you like your running calories, right? But it won't show you your workout calories because it doesn't.
It's kind of hard to track that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, on average, I'm thinking I'll burn anywhere between like 350 to like 450 ish
Which is pretty reasonable.
in like a workout. So, I mean, I'm not. It's not like hard numbers, but it gives me a good. Oh, what's it called? A good idea of how much I'm burning, and my calories right now are set to like just below like 2,400, like maybe a 23 or like
I
2350.
think mine are about 22 something, but I'm
Yeah.
also like 10 pounds lighter, so that makes
Well,
sense.
but I'm also yeah. I'm not gonna start till I go back home either.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah. Right now I'm just trying to keep my healthful sources up, my sodium a little bit lower because I feel really bloated for a long time, and now I'm starting to get my at least the visual of the abs back. So I think that the sodium it was
are you
definitely
gonna throw
killing
them up
me.
on Instagram or what?
I have some actually. I haven't posted it, but I have it.
She thought you already posted it last time.
That's once. They need more of this. So yeah, I just saw mine actually on Apple. Obviously, I've had this phone for 2 years, and I've clearly never really messed with it. So I found a health app as well. But I think for mine, for the sleep, you need to download an app. So I just downloaded some sleep app, and now I'm gonna try to see what I can get to and what I can fiddle with here. I'm gonna fiddle with it for a little bit. I did track my exercise. Apparently, I have over 3,000 steps today, which is surprising. That's more than I thought I had.
Should I have like double that?
That's pretty poor, but
I was gonna say,
considering that I work in an office, it's not necessary. It's not really, saying
I
a
think
whole
that
lot.
people in like a nursing home have more steps than you right now.
You're probably right, but you know what? I work in an office, so I think that it's something there at
Yeah,
least.
now you can see like how much you really move throughout the day.
Yeah, and which is great because I actually had thought about getting, like a Fitbit or whatever it is, just to like track where I'm at, not necessarily for coolness,
you don't
but
need to spend all that money.
not necessarily for coolness, but it's
Your phone has it. Your phone has most of the stuff you really want, anyways.
yeah, a lot of
the other stuff makes it a little more what's it called? Accurate, but I don't think you need to be like super accurate with all this. I mean, as long as you get an idea of what you're doing, and then after a year, if you feel like you want to get more intense with it, then I think if you want to spend that money at that point, then do it. But right now, if you're not doing it and you're not gonna do it consistently, then
I just like to see where I'm
use
at.
whatever
Really,
your phone has.
it's gonna be more of a what am I burning and what is my heart rate at and so forth. It's gonna be
Yeah.
more of a. It's not necessarily gonna be like a like I guess that big of a part of my day. It would just be nice to know.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have it too. So I have an idea of how everything's looking. But yeah, this might be like the last podcast that we do together for a while. Of course, we'll probably do one every once in a while, just because I'll still have to be coming up here to San Antonio. So this will be like the last like consistent podcast, right?
Yeah, but well, I mean, like you said, it's just be for a little while, but we'll still have episodes coming out. Well, even if they're individual episodes for the time being.
Or random ass ones.
Yeah, but for the time being, but I do have a pretty good one. That will be obviously just me, the solo episode this one.
Pretty good one, este
But
vato.
I think people will enjoy it. So if you're listening in, you better tune in this upcoming week because it's going to be probably the best episode that you've heard so far.
By yourself?
Yeah, all by myself.
What are you doing? A fucking solo?
Yeah, it's going to be.
You're playing guitar?
No, I'm playing the cello.
Cello, hasta la madre. El cello, que pinche cello?
Una cella.
Yeah, I don't think you even played an instrument in elementary.
Yes, I did.
What'd you play?
I played percussion. I was pretty terrible, but it played.
What'd you do for 2 weeks?
I don't know. I practiced slapping drumsticks on things, and that's about it. But
that's all you did.
Yeah, but man, I was I was
Shit.
Pretty hardcore drummer, so I guess you could say I was kind of part of a band.
You're like fucking.
It's pretty hardcore.
You're like the Step Brothers or what?
Yeah, yeah, but nobody put their nuts on my drum set.
Oh shit! How do you know?
I can only hope. Can only hope.
At least I was like first, second chair when I was playing for the 1 year.
For the 1 year?
Yeah.
Wait, what was it? It was the
6th year.
It was no, hold on. It wasn't the tuba. It was a smaller one. It wasn't the French horn. It was the You what?
Euphonium.
Is that what you played?
Or the baritone?
Baritone. There you go.
Euphonium's a marching band one.
I knew it wasn't the French horn, and I knew it wasn't the tuba. I knew it was the other one. I just couldn't put.
Yeah.
I couldn't find the name of it.
But I was a brass first and second chair,
Oh,
back and forth, right there, baby. Shout out to fucking brass, baby.
I played the triangle pretty mean, so.
Shit, I played the triangle in 3rd grade too.
I played the what is it? Tambores.
Jazz.
The super jazz hands.
You play the maraca?
Yeah, there you go.
At the fucking.
What is that Mexican instrument? They go.
I don't know.
Do you just kind of scratch on it?
The cheese grater.
There you go, the cheese grater. There you. That's
play the cheese grater.
That was my shit right there. So that's why I can shred a mean block of cheese if you give that to me.
Shit. Well, good thing I'm not eating cheese around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Anything else?
No, I mean, like I said, just keep up for the episodes. We'll definitely be coming out with some stuff, and even if they're individual episodes,
or probably have other guests on individually, and then we'll collab whenever we're around or whatever.
And it'll just be for the time being for the next 4 to 6 weeks or so. Until,
I'd say so.
Until
more like 6 weeks.
Until we're probably in the same vicinity again, and not 300-400 miles away. So
that's like 250, no mames.
Well, yeah, but considering if I don't go over there,
that's like 300 actually.
Yeah. It's like 280 something, I think, but just we're not hundreds of miles away. Put it that way.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be back together.
Do you have a Twitch or anything where people can catch you at?
I have a Twitch, but I've never ever used it.
Well,
just kind of have it and download it.
Throw it on there. I'll post it up.
That's what it is.
I'll post up your Twitch. Send me your Twitch. We'll post it up so people can follow your stuff, and then you put yourself on Instagram. And
I've never posted or used it in general.
Well, use it. Chris knows how to use it.
Chris doesn't know anything.
I know, but he knows how to at least use that. So he knows one thing.
Perhaps.
I'll probably show you how to use it so you can throw your Twitch on while you're playing. You're gonna be pulling a boget.
Oh, boget.
Except you're not gonna get called to the NBA.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to find out whatever it is, and I'll send it to you. Maybe we can stream the podcast live, or watch me whenever I do play NBA 2K or something.
NBA 2K.
Whenever I'm
do you play online?
On there. No, heck no. I get tore up online.
Sure, never mind.
Actually, no. The reason I don't play online is because the connection sucks, and somebody's always lagging. And I could be halfway down the court, and this guy's like already up the
Would
court.
just play Fortnite?
So no, I've never played that.
Or whatever the other game is.
Black Ops 4 is where if I'm gonna play, it'd be Black Ops 4.
Well, then throw Black Ops 4 on there.
Catch me on there, yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, that's it for LeijaLift. For a while, we'll be doing guests at some point, and then we'll be getting back together every now and then.
Bringing the band back.
Or doing individual solo podcasts. Catch us on here still. Catch me on the streets of the valley, because I'm going back to the valley. What is it? Juan LeijaLift _.
Yep, and Victor Leija _.
And then Twitter's the same, Juan Leija _. And then we got YouTube and Facebook. What is it? LeijaLift, all one word.
All one word.
Yeah. And then Juanito.LeijaLift1 at Gmail.
And Victor.LeijaLift at Gmail.
All right. That's it for right now. We'll call this like season 1. Es todo por hoy. Dale.
Season 1.